everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. First up, breaking news. Molds and shapes are now shipping to the USA again as of 10th of October 2025, and it's exciting because if you do want the mold that you see in today's video, you can actually order it now if you are in the USA. So this is great news for all of my friends over in America. These beauties. I've already done a sneak peek unboxing video of these, but how gorgeous are they? These are the coffee cup molds. They are just lush. We have got a set of 9 coffee cup key rings. I'm thinking Halloween, witch's brew, Christmas, hot chocolate, cocoa, autumn spice, pumpkin lattes, Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, you name it. You could use these cups. I was going to say mugs. You could use these coffee cups for absolutely any occasion. This is a set of 9. They all come embossed. One has a circle, one has a heart, and one has a rectangle in the middle. You could use these for your sequins, your stickers, your glitters, anything you want to put in them, or your vinyl even, your Cricut vinyl. You want some words in there? Pumpkin spice? Guys, I wish I got these back in August, but again, you know, it's a brand new design, brand new mold. We then have the set of 2. This is a much larger cup design, so you can use this as kitchen wall art or trinket tray or a giant coaster or just a little tray in general. Now these are measuring in at around 18 centimeters and the keyring molds are coming in at around 8. Perfect keyring size, not too big at all. They're also would double up as a nice bag charm or just a big chunky keyring for your car keys. Really gorgeous size. Now, in today's video, of course, we are doing Halloween witch's brew. Guys, buckle up because wow. This project, let me tell you, was 3 hours worth of footage brought down to create a 20-something minute video. Now, first up, I am going to be using some Let's Resin Intense Chameleon powders. Again, you don't need these any chameleon powders will do, but the Intense from Let's Resin, let me tell you, I have developed a brand new love for the Intense Chameleon powders this Halloween because they are like nothing else out there. Stunning. I do use a little bit too much, so do forgive me. Go easy on your chameleon powders. Don't use as much as I did in this cup, but the more I do, the more I realize how much or how little I need. The other chameleon powders I have here are just the normal pack from Let's Resin. So if you go onto the Let's Resin website, all of the codes will be down below for Let's Resin as well. If you go on there, then you'll see they have a normal range and they also have an intense range, and you can see the difference as I dust them in the mold. Now, plum is my absolute go-to witchy Halloween color. This is the Plum Chameleon, standard chameleon from Let's Resin, and it is so perfect for Halloween. Like, it doesn't get more perfect than the plum. I wish they sold it individually. If I haven't already mentioned, of course, I will link the mold down below. That will be your 10% discount code link as well. And if you want anything else from Molds and Shapes, then do use my code CCC10 at the checkout to get your 10% discount. Guys, check out this color. The Intense, again, the Intense Chameleon powder from Let's Resin is just a different beast. Look at this green. The way it goes on is absolutely stunning. Now, I am holding my hand over the clean sections of the mold because I don't want the powders to transfer, but quite honestly, it didn't do the best job. So we have got some interference with some powders mixing a little bit, and I chose not to care too deeply. I just thought they're gonna be pretty either way. So again, you know, do your best if you don't want any colors kind of splashing into the next mold. Now, I did end up doing 2 plums because I knew that the plum was my favorite, absolute favorite color. So what colors you choose, again, entirely up to you. Here's the thing, truth be told, I was going to do plain, like plain black, like, and make them very, very black, white, silver and witchy. But I did decide to, you know, spend a little bit more time creating these and go to town and do all of the things. The next 3 are, however, going to be a combination of purple and black. So I have mixed up some purple mica powder here. This is the Estoyo, I think, purple mica, and jet black liquid pigment. Yeah, I'm such a cliche. I am. You guys, if you've been with me a while, you'll often know that I just like to do simple things. And every now and again I'll get a little bit adventurous, and I really wanted to make like a set of 9 cups, like virtually identical. But I thought, Claire, come on now. Come on now. You've got all these colours and you've got all these ideas, and you could make so many different. Every single cup in this video is going to be different to the next, which of course is more time consuming. But again, this has taken me around about a week to film, and I had 3 hours of footage. So you're welcome. I've broken it down right into 20 minutes. Now, if you are new to epoxy resin, chameleon powders work best when there is a black background behind them. That's not to say you have to do that, but it's just the black pulls the colour out of the chameleon and you get the best results, which is why I'm now filling them up with epoxy resin and that liquid black pigment. If you do have any black polyurethane at this point, you could use that. Whatever you have is best. Next up, it's 24 hours later. I have demolded the cups. I don't know why I didn't film each individual cup as I demolded, but you will see them as the video goes along. These cups are embossed, lots and lots of embossed lines. So my first initial gut instinct, because it's Halloween, like, use black. I didn't have any black, so I did actually go out and buy black just for this video. And I didn't like it. I was like, oh, that's barely noticeable, which was a surprise to me, right? Because I'm thinking black is going to really pop. It's going to make them stand out. Like, all of those lines are going to really, really come through. But it was just all a little bit meh. So I decided, you know, white is going to have to do. So I ended up putting white acrylic paint on each and every one of these. Now, on the black, I think you could have worked it well with maybe hot pink or silver would have worked really well on the jet black. But I think with the chameleons, it definitely just needed white. And that is what I decided to go with. So I am doing a really messy job here, but it's the quickest way, I promise. Rubbing that white acrylic paint into all of those beautiful embossed lines, top to bottom, left to right, making sure that every single line is filled with acrylic paint, and then simply wipe off the excess with a damp cloth. Now, if you've got a lot of excess, put it back in the bottle. All right, we don't want to waste too much. Now, I've already, I've mentioned this before, but there is like a 2-step part to this, really. You want to do it in 2 phases. You want to wipe off the excess first, get them as clean as you can without removing the paint from the embossed lines. Leave it to dry, leave that acrylic paint now to fully dry, and then once it's fully dry, you can go back in and really rub those surfaces to get a gorgeous clean finish. I made such a mess here, like such a mess I got into, but it was all worth it. It's just when you wipe it wet like this, of course you're smudging it all over the place, and I smudged it on my gloves, got it on the back of the cups, so there was quite a big clean up. I often think, like, if I wasn't filming my videos, I'd be so neat. I genuinely, don't laugh at me, guys. I do genuinely believe if I did not have to film my videos, then I would do things so much slower. Like, I'm talking days. I would be so much neater. Everything would be so perfect. But, where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in perfection? There's none. Okay, so now they're all getting the white acrylic paint treatment, because I realize at this point, this is the color that is absolutely making them pop the best. Rubbing it all over, using a wet wipe, rubbing it all off, letting that dry, and then really rubbing the surface once the paint is fully dry. And you can really see here how the white is the preferred color for all of them. As soon as your cups are fully dry, it is time to decorate. Now, you can see me here using a wet wipe just to wipe the flat surfaces of the cups. I mentioned before, it's like a 2-wipe system. You wipe to get the majority of the paint off, and then there'll be smudges and there'll just be a little bit of debris, and then wait for the acrylic paint to fully 100% dry, and you can just rub it off the surface. It comes off like a dream without dragging it out of all of those embossed edges. But I will save you do not need to see me do this, so we'll fast forward. You can leave the cups as they are right now, but guys, I had real issues knowing when to stop on this project. I am talking holographic foils. I am talking UVDTF stickers. I am talking stickers from the pound shop. I am talking cricut vinyl. I am talking glitter sequins shapes, bats, stars, moons, you name it, you can decorate your cups with them. And that is what I decided to do, which is why it was 3 hours of footage, okay? Because I had the most fun I've had in ages. Now, the beautiful thing about these molds and shapes cups, the circles are 1 inch, right? And if you've got a 1 inch hole cutter, a circle cutter, then straight away you can literally cut out a ton of 1 inch circles to fit the circle on the molds and shapes cup circle. I hope I'm making sense. Now, these holographic foils are all from Shein. I bought them like way back in August, guys. They only just arrived last week, so it's a little bit crazy. But yeah, they're all from Shein. Now, they all are a little bit too big. George, please. Sorry, guys. George wants to get in on the voiceover. They all are a little bit too big for the circles. Now, this first one here I put on wonky, so I've just took it off again. But what I'm going to be using is my gyro cut tool. If you guys have been with me a while, you'll know I've got this 365 rotating blade gyro cut tool, and that is absolutely perfect for these cups. The embossed lines on these cups make it easy, guys. I've got these beautiful guys, my brain UVDTF stickers from Amanda Towgood at Resin Supplies Den. They would also work. I've also got these that have just arrived from Shein. These are self-adhesive stickers, apothecary potion bottle labels, and if you use your 1 inch round cutter and get the right things in there, it would work a dream. Now, again, like I said, I've ordered a bunch of stuff from Shein, so really right now I'm just showing you what the possibilities are, what the choices are, what you could do if you wanted to. And these are stunning. Yeah, knowing when to stop. My voiceover is getting ahead of the captions on the screen. Knowing when to stop was definitely my issue in this video, but to me that's not a problem. I had the most fun I have had in so long. I zoned out. I got into a zone and I honestly was loving it. The other thing I did, which for me was the easiest thing to do, I created a whole sheet of stickers from white cricut vinyl on my Cricut. And I created lots of teeny tiny, itty bitty little miniature witches. And I also created tiny bats. The bats are going onto this one here. Yeah, it's a different editing style on today's video. We're a little bit back and forth between all of the cups. But miniature witches, miniature bats, teeny tiny little vinyl cricut wording. Like this one here says witch please, but the majority of the cups say witches brew, whatever it is. And I'll be honest, the only reason the majority of the cups say witches brew, it's all to do with the fonts and the weeding. Some of them were so beautiful, but I just couldn't weed them. They were coming out way too small. The writing was intricate and beautiful and swirly and witchy. I couldn't weed it. So I ended up having to go for the most basic fonts on these cups as well. So yeah, this was such a different style video for me. Each and every cup was different. I literally, like I said, I had 3 hours worth of footage, and that was me forgetting that I was recording. I was just having so much fun individually personalizing and decorating each and every cup. Now, how you finish these is completely up to you. The majority of mine, like I said, got the teeny tiny witches, or they got the witches brew in chunky writing. Now, this is me measuring where to put the vinyl, because at first I just thought, well, the vinyl's got to go in the middle, right? In that gap. And then I was like, why does it? Why can't it go top line, bottom line? Now, here is where my gyro cut tool came into its own. Not sponsored, but this is one of the best tools I have purchased ever. Now, I've put down this giant holographic foil that's way too big for the space. But these molds, these cups have got so many embossed lines, it makes it a dream to just slap down a huge sticker. Guys, it could be a temporary tattoo. It could be anything. put it down, and then use your craft blade, your X-Acto knife or your gyro cut to simply cut around the space. Like, it did not get any more perfect. Now, this pack of foils that I got, I didn't even realize, but they just fell out when I took them all out. They've got like strips of stars, so I thought those strips would be perfect along the cup lids, right? Again, these are just stickers, clear stickers. So I'm not peeling anything back. They're not UVDTF. They're literally clear stickers. Using my gyro cut tool, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I don't have a craft blade. The one craft blade I do have is broken and is not sharp. So I wish I had a craft blade. I think it would have made it so much easier. The gyro cut tool was perfect for the circular center, because once I'd stuck all of these different holographic foils down and paper stickers and sequins and, you know, cricut vinyl, once I'd stuck it all down, it was just so easy because of the embossed lines to go back through with my blade and just carve off all of the excess stickers that just were everywhere. Like, you can see they're literally overlapping every space, and that is what makes these cups absolutely perfect, because it's always going to look neat because of the embossed lines. You can just stick anything down and then carve off the excess using the embossed lines as your guide. This bit here just filled my heart with joy. I don't know why I'm so easily pleased. The holographic foil sticker that I'd put down in the center of this cup was a circle, but it was too big for the 1-inch circle on the cup. And using the gyro cut, I simply peeled off all of the excess and I got myself a perfect circle in the center. I cannot explain what creating these did to me. It's like I went back to my good old days of crafting with stickers and, you know, your crafting blade and glue, and it just felt like it took me back. It was giving me all of the nostalgia vibes of just being able to be free and just sit and create for literal hours. I had way too much fun. The time then came where I had finished putting on my holographic foils, my stickers, my cricut vinyl decals, all of the things, and it was time to put Witch's Brew onto some, not all, onto some of them. And getting the font to the right size was simple because I could just measure that gap. But equally, this is the font that was the easiest for me to weed. Honestly, it wasn't the font of my dreams. I did want like a Baby Darling or the Skinny. I would have loved this font to have been in the Skinny, but again, I just couldn't weed it. I was having so many weeding problems. Surprise, surprise, story of my life. But this font here, it just made sense for me to just roll with it, go with it. It was working on every single one, and just weeding them was just a dream come true. Once I'd stuck down Witch's Brew on most of the cups, not all, I did decide to add a little bit more detail onto a few of the cups. I felt like I was getting carried away with some cups and ignoring other cups. Like, some were getting all of the attention. I love this one so much. And some of them were just like lacking. You know, there was something missing. So I did spend a little bit more time just adding enough, like I was happy. But knowing when to stop was definitely the hardest part for me, because again, there's more space. Okay, there's room. There's room on the broom, guys. I love them. I absolutely love them. And I think the most important thing for me about these is that I enjoyed this one so much. I was so chill, so relaxed, and just going with the flow and not thinking too deeply about anything of what I was doing. They're so fun, and that's the thing. There was no real rules. I had all of these supplies to use and I could just use them. And yeah, it was fun. It's top coat time because, yeah, I'm not going to make you sit through all of the film I took. I did end up putting this cup of resin through my bubble removing machine from Let's Resin just to get it as crystal clear as possible. I did not back these in PVA or tape to protect them. I decided I'm going to take just as long to top coat them as I took to make them. And I'm going to take my time. And I did. I took my time, and apart from one, they all turned out a dream, honestly. Again, this is all sped up for you. You do not need to sit through this in real time. Just making sure that each and every cup had the right amount of resin. I used a, micro brush. I used a micro brush tool with the head ripped off. I didn't use the brush bit of it, just the plastic stick, to drag this resin all to the edges, making sure that they were fully coated. And yeah, only one of them decided to play up. So here's the micro brush tool with no brush head. And let's go. Now, I have sped this section up for obvious reasons, because I'm literally just dragging the resin out to the edges on each and every one, being super careful. Now, I think I've mentioned it, but yeah, I did mess up on a couple. There are a couple where the resin leaked off the edge, so just do your best. Go slowly. I was trying to go as slowly as I could to get these as neat as possible and give them a lush top coat. This little guy had other plans. Now here's the thing, these molds have got 90-degree edges, and I did not take the time to make sure that that resin had gone in to the 90-degree edges, and there are two cups here that have got big hunky chunky air pockets on the sides. I only noticed the purple one sitting top right. You can see I've moved it away because I can see it starting to leak off, and I thought I will deal with you after, okay? Meet me after class. And then the bottom black one, I was worried about. I could see a little bit coming off, but the purple was literally pouring off the edge. Now, I did manage to fix it. Luckily, I moved it away real quick, got a wet wipe, wiped the bum, turned it upside down. You can see this purple cup is now upside down because my table is tilted. Standard, guys. And the pressure was off the bottom of the cup. So at this point, I walked away. I left the room. I was really happy with this top coat. I covered it over with a giant lid, and I came back the next day. Guys, 24 hours later, beautiful. I've added silver key rings. My last few remaining silver key rings. Someone tell me why I did not stock up on silver key rings. We are done. The purple cup did make it through. It survived. Sadly, one of the black cups I pretty much destroyed because I didn't know the resin was going to pour off the edge overnight as I left it to do its own thing. So definitely be aware. Babysit your resin for a little bit longer than I did. Guys, I love them. I love them so much. This purple one is my absolute dream favorite. I think for me, it was all about the holographic foils, and it's weird, right? Because at the beginning of the video, I said I just wanted to do a whole set of black and white, pure witchy, pure Halloweeny, and they're my least favorites. My favorites are the chameleon powders with the holographic foil centers and some holographic foil stars, and oh, I just love these top three here. They're my faves, honestly, my faves. Each and every one of these is similar but different. Different stickers, different designs, different elements to them, and of course different colors. Now, these three here are hands down my favorites. Just the colors, the tones, everything about them. Beautiful. Luckily for me, that purple one did get saved, but you can still see the dink out of the bottom of it, and I'm not too angry about it. This one here looks like it's got a little bit of debris on it now that I'm doing the voiceover. I didn't actually notice that when I was filming, so I'm wondering if that was just static and it's just stuck on there. But yeah, they've come out so beautifully. Sadly, I don't have any kind of like detailed keychains for these, but this one here, the gold, oh my gosh, it looks like fire. I love this one. This one came out so neat. One of my favorite results. The two black ones, I'm not loving. The one on the left I like better than the one on the right. I don't like the Witch Please at all. The bats are all a little bit weird. I should have put 3 and 3. I don't know, like, but this one here, love. But disclaimer, this is the one I destroyed. I didn't realize that this one here had such a huge gap. Now, you could see in the video I did move it away because I could see a little bit of resin coming off. But again, I thought I'd fixed it. I didn't. And I practically hacked it. I had to hack the resin off in the morning when I went to, you know, check them out. But hey, I mean, this just Claire's Crafty Corner, right? I'm not out here pretending these all came out perfect because I just can't ever do that. But again, love the details on each and every one. How you finish these, of course, is up to you. I cannot wait to do Christmas. Hot chocolates, red glitter with white piped lines. a little Santa or a little hot cocoa logo, something. I don't know yet, but I cannot wait. These are beautiful. Imagine these with like coffee beans in, with like chocolate mocha latte coloured mica powder with a cream at the top, and then like a white lid, like a standard coffee cup, but then with coffee beans inside. Stop. I cannot wait. Like, I literally cannot wait. I love the mould. Moulds and Shapes, thank you so much for going through with this design. It is beautiful, guys. The link will be down below with your 10% discount code. I hope you feel inspired just to sit, zone out, focus, enjoy, chill out, put the radio on, and stick stuff down to stuff, because that's practically what I did, and I had so much fun making these. And now that I'm looking at them all as a group, that gold one is my favourite. I love it. I love it. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.